Hey, Ma, if you're taking orders for breakfast, I'll start off with toast, grits, bacon, waffles, ham, and pancakes.
Some sitcoms played it safe. Good Times didn't. It tackled poverty and prejudice with laughs sharp enough to sting and backstage fights that nearly broke the show apart. From a catchphrase that lit up America to a young Janet Jackson scarred by what happened off screen to a father fans lost in the cruelest way. These are 15 shocking truths about Good Time. Number 15. Most networks wanted another tired stereotype. A black mother struggling alone. Esther Rolle refused. She told the producers flat out, no husband, no Florida Evans. That standoff gave TV James Evans Sr., one of the strongest fathers ever written into a sitcom. The Evans family didn't just scrape by. They stood tall because Esther demanded authenticity, and she wouldn't play the character any other way.
That isn't just about the nicest thing you've ever done.
Number 14. Creator Norman Lear first imagined a lighter sitcom, but Esther Rolle and John Amos pushed back, demanding real stories about money, dignity, and racism. Told with humor, rooted in truth, not stereotypes. That tension shaped the show's soul. The laughs worked because the struggles felt real. They fought to make the show real from the start, but reality would cut even deeper when a young Janet Jackson joined the cast. More on that at number 6. Number 13. Good Times didn't start from scratch. It spun off from Maude, which itself spun off from All in the Family. That family tree gave the show a familiar Norman Lear flavor of big social arguments, but narrowed to one apartment, one kitchen table, and one family trying to get by. Number 12. Before she was Thelma Evans, Bernadette Stanis wore a crown in the Miss Black America pageant. On Good Times, she became one of TV's first black teen idols. Her posters sold everywhere. Thelma wasn't just a pretty sister. She was ambitious, stylish, and smart. A new kind of role model taped to bedroom walls across the country.
If you were a shoe.
Yeah.
And I were a sock.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I say? Go crawl under a rock.
Number 11. Florida Evans talked about church, prayer, and faith because Esther Rolle wanted it reflected. She wanted a black family that sounded like the one she knew. Hope kept alive on Sunday and carried into Monday. It wasn't preachy, it was real, and it gave Florida's strength a source.
What a day. You all should have been there.
Thank you, Lord.
Number 10. There's no way for a show about poverty to weigh in with television's biggest hits, but Good Times did just that. In its first full season, Good Times cracked the Nielsen Top 10, ranking 7th overall, with over a quarter of American TV homes tuning in each week. It wasn't alone. Sanford and Son and the Jeffersons joined it there, making 1975 a rare year when 3 black-centered sitcoms dominated the primetime ratings. But by season 5, the writers took on a storyline so raw, it shocked audiences. That's at number 5. Number 9.
Damn.
On screen, James Evans Sr. was the anchor of the family. Off screen, John Amos was in open war with the writers. He pushed for dignity and real stories. They leaned into stereotypes. The clash ended brutally. James was killed off in a car crash. Fans were stunned. Overnight, Good Times lost its rock, and the Evans family, like the audience, had to face life without a father. Number 8. One word blew past the script and into pop culture. JJ's Dynamite! Hit t-shirts, toys, and playgrounds across America. It made Jimmy Walker a star, but it also sparked tension. How much silliness could the show take before it drowned out the struggle? The catchphrase printed money. Protecting the dignity of the Evans family cost even more.
Here I am. 18 today, happy, bright, narrow man, and pure dynamite!
Number 7. The vibrant paintings credited to J.J. Evans weren't props. They were created by real-life artist and former NFL player Ernie Barnes. His signature piece, The Sugar Shack, the ecstatic dance scene featured in the show's credits and later on Marvin Gaye's I Want You album, became a pop culture touchstone. Decades after Good Times, the original stunned the art world at Christie's in 2022, selling for about $15.3 million, a record for Barnes, cementing it as a museum-grade masterpiece. Number 6. Audiences saw Penny, the shy girl rescued by Walona, but behind the camera, young Janet Jackson was fighting her own battles. Producers bound her chest to make her look younger. They criticized her weight. The storyline about abuse wasn't the hardest part. The hardest part was living through an industry that judged her body before her talent. Janet later admitted those wounds never fully healed. Good Times gave her a breakout role, but it also left scars.
She is not your daughter.
She is too my daughter.
Mama?
Yes? Penny, baby, come with.
Number 5. Penny's abuse arc stunned audiences.
Don't go away, JJ.
Honey, what happened to your arm here?
I think a burn myself.
Hey, how could you burn yourself like that?
I tripped over my pussy can and I fell against the stove. And there was a pot cooking with hot chocolate.
Network sitcoms weren't supposed to go there. Certainly not in 1977, and certainly not with a child. But Good Times did, and it did it with compassion and consequences. The story helped families talk about what had been kept quiet behind closed doors. It also let Walona become more than the sassy neighbor, showing her courage as Penny's protector. For many viewers, Penny's struggles gave a name to something they had lived through. Number 4. Florida Evans was more than a mother on a sitcom, she was a revolution. In the 1970s, network television almost never let black women lead a family comedy. Esther Rolle insisted on doing it her way. She played Florida as tough, loving, and fiercely principled, a woman who bent but never broke. That performance redefined the TV mother. Florida wasn't a stereotype, she was the center, the glue that made the family and the show work. Number 3, even as the show's overall ratings was slipping in the later seasons, Thelma's Wedding still felt like an event to viewers. It wasn't about numbers, it was about payoff. After years of setbacks, the Evans family got a moment of pure joy that felt earned. The setting was modest, flowers in a rented hall, a dance that wouldn't end, but the symbolism was big. Love, stability, and forward motion inside the projects.
I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Number 2. When Good Times ended in 1979, that could have been the last we saw of the Evans family. Instead, reruns in the 1980s and 1990s gave the show a second life. A new generation discovered JJ, Thelma, Michael, Florida, James, and Walona, often out of order, always out of time, and somehow right on time for whoever needed them that afternoon. In syndication, the show stopped being old and became classic. Number 1. Norman Lear later reflected on the battles behind Good Times, fights over tone, stereotypes, and storylines that drained the show's momentum. Those struggles shortened its run, yet the legacy remains. A show that was great, but could have been greater. Remembered not just for catchphrases, but for the fight to tell the truth. Bonus fact: lots of shows end without closure, but CBS gave the actors, characters, and fans the show finale they deserve. The end of the rainbow. The finale sends everyone forward on an upbeat note. JJ finally turns his artistic gift into steady work. Thelma and Keith, now with Florida, move uptown for a fresh start. Walona and Penny move too, stepping into a brighter chapter. It's a send-off that honors the show's core message, even in hard times. Family, faith, and persistence point to something better. If this brought back memories, drop your favorite Good Times moment in the comments and tell us which classic to cover next.